So, the first International Longshoremen Association ILA strike in 50 years has come to an abrupt end, but not before making waves across 14 major ports for several days. Okay, 45,000 dock workers walked off the jobs, shutting down container and ro-ro operations along the East and Gulf Coast. This strike may have been brief, but its impact was undeniable. With President Joe Biden himself stepping in to reprimand employers, the dock workers won a substantial wage increase of 61%. Okay, the agreement has paused further action, but as the dust settles, one question remains. Will this short-lived strike bring lasting change to the labor landscape, or is this just the beginning of a larger movement? What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? This is your boy, Acito Bands, and this is Build and Drive with Ace. I hope everybody is doing good. Please like, share, subscribe to the page. Please check out my website, you feel me? Check out the Patreon, because a lot of the stuff that you don't see here will be on the Patreon. You understand me? We are building a new channel. This is a new channel. YouTube got me, people. I don't know what was going on. I was doing too much testing. YouTube got me. But we got some news today, okay? So, yesterday we talked about a lot of President Biden, or we saw that President Biden stepped in for the port workers to try to raise these wages. Today, we're going to get it. We're going to get straight to it, okay, people? Stick with me. Like, share, subscribe to the page one more time. Workers stood together in solidarity, sending a powerful message not only to port employers, all right, but to the shipping industry at large. But did this strike end too soon? And what does the future hold for both labor and management as they move forward, okay, with this agreement? Let's break down what's happened and what it means for the future, okay? Feel me? So, the ILA strike affected 36 major ports from New England to Texas, bringing container and ro-ro handling to a complete halt at 14 major hubs. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Over 45,000 dock workers participated in this strike, the largest ILA action in 50 years, spanning multiple key ports along the East Coast and Gulf Coast. The agreement includes a 71% wage increase, equating to a $4 per hour raise over the course of the 6 years, with the extension of the master contract to January 15, 2025. For context, the average base wage for dock workers is currently $22 per hour, which in states like New Jersey, where the minimum wage is $15, still leaves workers in a challenging financial situation. The raise will push the hourly wage up to $24 over the course of the new contract. It may seem like a substantial gain, but with the rising cost of living and inflation, is this truly enough to cover the widened gap between wages and expenses? Furthermore, it's worth considering that while a $4 increase was agreed upon, the ILA initially demanded a $5 increase, signaling that there could be a lingering discontent despite the settlement, okay? So, the fact that this agreement came together so quickly after President Biden's intervention highlights the power of government pressure on private negotiations. You feel me? While employers were initially offering a $3 per hour increase, President Biden's criticism of their record-breaking profits and failure to engage in good faith bargaining may have accelerated a more favorable deal for the workers. Employers include shipping giants like Maersk, MSC, CMA, CMG have reaped enormous profits over the past few years. Profits that soared as high as 800% during the pandemic. Dock workers have continued to work on the front lines, exposed to risks of the pandemic without seeing their own wages grow in line with industry success. It's only fair that the ILA members, who are essential to keeping the ports running, receive their share of that wealth. Yet, despite this increase, the deal only extends the master contract for 2 more years. That's a short runway, and it likely means that the tension between ILA and port employees will resurface in 2025. Wage increases are essential, but workers have long been vocal about issues beyond the pay, such as job security, automation, and the impact of volatile shipping demands on their work hours. Dock workers face constant uncertainty, especially during off-peak seasons, and the lack of guaranteed employment or incentives for faster progression in their careers remains a sticking point, okay? So here's what I gotta say. The 61% wage increase is just a temporary victory in the broader battle for worker rights in the industry. While the strike may have ended, the core issues like job security, automation, and the unfair distribution of profits remain unresolved. The shipping industry needs to realize that they can't continue to ignore the demands of the workforce that powers their operation. This agreement may have brought a quick end to the strike, but it's just the beginning of a larger fight for fair treatment and sustainable working conditions. The clock is ticking, and it's just 2 short years. We could see an even bigger showdown on the docks. Here are my questions, okay? So question number 1, do you believe the 61% wage increase is sufficient compensation for dock workers? How do you think, which is question number 2, how do you think this strike and its resolution will impact the cost of goods for consumers? Question number 3, should workers have held out for a larger wage increase, or was this the right time to settle? Question number 4, how might this brief strike affect future negotiations between dock workers and their employers? Question number 5, do you think the government intervention, like President Biden's criticism, is necessary during labor disputes? Question number 6, should dock workers be pushing harder for guarantees around job security and protection from automation? Question number 7, how might this strike influence labor movements in other industries, especially those involving essential workers? Okay. Question number 8, are the rising profits of ocean carriers enough to justify the larger wage increase and better working conditions for employees? All right. Question number 9. Should the ILA be pushing for larger term contracts rather than another 2-year extension? Question number 10. How do you see the future of dock work changing in the face increasing automation and technological advancements? All right. So, as dock workers return to work, ports reopen, it's clear that this agreement marks a significant mark in the ongoing struggle for fair wages and worker rights. However, this settlement is only a temporary reprieve from what could become a much larger labor conflict in the years to come. While the wages increase is a win for now, the looming issues of automation, job security, and short-term contracts mean that the ILA and the United States Alliance, let's say M-Alliance, because I'm not good with that word, will likely be back at the bargaining table before long. The shipping industry must recognize that its workforce is not disposable. And if those systematic issues are not addressed, this brief strike may only be a preview of what's to come, okay? Workers have sent strong messages that they will no longer accept stagnation in the industry flush with profits. The 61% increase may be enough for now, but without a more comprehensive approach to addressing the concerns of dock workers, this next strike might not be short-lived and its impact could be even more. Okay, y'all? And that's what we got to talk about with this. I had to get straight to it because it just happened. And what time is it? 7:49. Probably happened about an hour ago. Boom. Had to get this to y'all. So hit this website. Check out these modules. Check out this audio book right here. You feel me? I got super love for y'all. Let me get to editing. Y'all be cool like how y'all be cool. Water. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe to the page. Leave your questions and comments in the comment section below. I'm gonna respond to every one of them. How do y'all feel about this situation? Let me know. Voice your concerns. Put it in the comment section below. Okay? Again, y'all be cool. Like how y'all be cool. Water.